Evening. I hope you guys are doing okay wherever you are. It's Emmanuel Egon here again from Mobile Journalism Africa, and today we are having yet another interesting conversation. Today we are talking to two Kenyans. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we have a lot of issues that are going on around the world at the moment, and we've seen what is happening in China to Kenyans and other Africans, and we want to talk to our friends, fellow Kenyans who are in one is in Spain and another one is in the United States of America, and these both of these countries have had a very high number of cases, and those cases have been skyrocketing over time. So today we are going to talk to Davine and Moses Kibet later on. So we just want to get a feel of how it is, where they are, and how they are coping with this situation. Calvin, Kate, karibu sana. How is Australia? Amy, karibu sana. TK, I don't know who that is. Your full names are karibuni sana. I'm seeing guys who are coming in. Jawa, hello, how are you? That must be Pakistan, yeah? You guys are welcome. So we are going to go straight to the United States, I think. But kindly let us know where you are watching from. Let us know where you're watching from, and also if you want to know how, if you have any questions for our guests tonight, just let us know in the comment section. So I think I am going to connect our first guest tonight. I'm going to connect our first guest tonight, and just check something here, you guys. Hi.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm also doing well, thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how is Minnesota?
So far, so good.
All right. So how has your day been like? So since you woke up, what have you been up to? You just study indoors, or what do you do?
Oh gosh. So for me, I just woke up like 30 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
What's the
mostly.
end?
Sorry.
What's the time on your end?
Oh, it's right. It's 11.
11
11 a.m.
a.m. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. All right.
So I
Well, so
just woke up because I don't have anything to do because no assignments, nothing, no zooming with the advisors and all that. So yeah. I had to sleep because yesterday I worked until 11:30 p.m. So, yeah.
uh, okay. Yeah. So we are having guys who are still coming in. So I think we'll start in a bit. But yeah, the guys who are joining in, we are just about to start. And today we are talking to two young Kenyans who one in the United States, and the other guy is in Spain. The guy who's in Spain, by the way, Moses Kibet, was um, he was in he was in Italy a month or so ago. So he's actually been in, I can say, some of the hotspots right now, the pandemic. So you are Calvin's classmate. Now I see.
Oh, yeah, she was my schoolmate.
All right. Where was that? The university or high school?
No, high school.
Okay. You are all alumni of St. Joseph's
Oh,
Girls.
yes. Yeah.
That's interesting. So perhaps we can just like take it from here. Can you just let us know who you are, where you're from here at home, and what you are doing in the US?
Okay, I'm Davine. I'm from Kitale. Right now, I'm studying in the US. I'm an international student. I came over here in August 2017. So I've been here like for 2 years and some months.
Okay. So you're saying you've been there for 2 years, yeah, and some months. comparing how life was before the pandemic began, just take us through how Minnesota was, how Mankato was, yeah, before the pandemic.
Okay, so far life was just going on well because it had not hit us that much. So we just used to think this thing is gonna come just for a week and it's gonna go. But when we went for the spring break, that was around March 9th, till now, we didn't go back to school. They said we're gonna have a stay-at-home order, which was extended. Yesterday it was extended to May 4th. So we've been home since March 9th, and we're gonna be home till May 4th. So we didn't go back to school, and that was it. There was no any other communication. It was just it's gonna be a stay-at-home order. If you're not an essential worker, not going to work, and yeah, the only people allowed are essential workers. These other people, they're not allowed to work. So it's just staying home, waiting to go maybe do grocery shopping. That's it.
Okay. So in terms of schooling now, now that you're saying you are told to like stay at home from March 9th, so how have you been conducting classes, or that stopped?
So far, most of the classes are online. So the instructor decides what time she's gonna have a Zoom with you, because most of the time we do Zoom with all the class. So she decides what time you're gonna be doing Zoom with her to go through some things, but mostly all the things are just online. It's either if there's no Zoom, the instructor will just email you, nothing more.
Okay. Seeing Jawad from Bangladesh. I'm studying at Communication and Journalism at the University of Chittagong. Yeah, Bangladesh. I'm working as a mobile storyteller. What's the topic of today's live? Okay, yeah. So Jawa, we're just trying to connect with Kenyans who are in diaspora and just get a feel of how life is wherever they are. So Davin here is in Minnesota, and she's just giving us a feel of how the situation is over there. I don't know how the situation is on your end in Bangladesh, so you can just still let us know how that is. So again, just want to wrap my head around how the situation is really on the ground of in terms of now I know you've said you are no longer going to school, yeah? So is there a lockdown of sorts? How do you get your groceries? How do you get your essentials? How do you go about that?
So it's like it's a complete lockdown, but you're only allowed to go do grocery shopping. That's the only thing that is allowed. But these white people just follow all the rules. So it's not like Kenya where there's a lockdown, but some people want to do some other things. Here, when it's a lockdown, it's a lockdown. So people just go out to get their grocery shoppings, and yeah, sometimes you can drive all the way, but you don't meet anyone on the road because people are staying home. People are following all the rules. People want all these things to get done, like as in they just want it to get done. So if it's a stay-at-home order, they're staying home. You know.
Okay, I don't know if you have seen what is happening to Kenyans who are in China and other Africans who are in China. I don't know if there's any form of discrimination of sorts in your end, and what do you have to comment regarding what is happening to Kenyans and other Africans, especially in China, or generally those who are outside Kenya at the moment?
So far, I don't think there's any discrimination because for us international students, the instructors have been keeping up with the emails, just wanting to know how we are doing, about the health insurance, everything they've been keeping up, as if they just want to know if everything is good, if you have any problem, you should report, if you're facing any, there's no discrimination. That's what I can say. Compared to the way I see people say in China, I don't know, the black people here, no.
Okay.
You know,
I think that's something good to note about that. Do you keep tabs with people back at home? How often do you communicate? Are they worried about you?
oh yeah, everyone is worried. Like my dad calls me like almost every day.
Hmm.
Yeah, my mom just called me this morning. She's still
Okay.
keeping up with the time. For the last 2 years, she's been keeping up with the time. So she calls me around 2 a.m. She calls me 1 a.m. just to see how I'm doing, how things are going. But yeah, I really keep up.
Okay. Say hi. Um, I don't know. So you've said it's 11 a.m. and you just woke up. So what do you do for the rest of the day, and how is that affecting? Let's say, because last time we were having this conversation and someone mentioned in the comments that there is a lot of, they are trying to remain sane even while this is happening. So the issues of mental health and things like that. How do you just ensure that at the end of the day you are okay?
So for me, I can say I feel it's just still the same. Nothing has changed a lot because I go to work. If it's cool, I just do Zoom. I feel like everything is just the same way. It's just that if you are not used to the online classes, that's the that brings the whole thing. But for me, I've been doing online classes, so it's something I'm used to it. So it's not a new thing to me, and so I feel it's just the same thing. Because in the morning when I wake up, if I don't have like classwork, I wake up around 11, just do my breakfast, prepare my daughter. I have a daughter; she's 17 months, so after that, wait until 2:30. I start preparing for work because I work from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So, yeah, it's still the same thing.
Ah, okay. So for you, it's still the same, yeah?
Yeah.
We are happy to hear that you are doing well. For those who are watching, I think I saw someone who Situma. Do you know Situma Metrin?
Oh yeah, I I know her.
I don't know if I'm going to read that comment. Have you seen her comment?
No, no, let me just.
You might want to respond to that, and maybe what what would you want like people at home to know? Any message for them if they are watching, or anyone else here who is concerned about how you are doing, whatever you are.
I can't see her comment. Oh, oh yeah. Thank you, Megan. Thank you. So the only advice I'll give to people at home, guys, this thing is serious. Like it's really, really serious. For a first world country to go through a complete lockdown, that's serious. In as much as in the US, you're gonna, if you filed your taxes in 2019, so they're gonna send like $1,200 into your account. And if you have a
Okay.
kid, the kid is gonna get like 500. I know that won't happen in Kenya, but guys, it's serious. Stay home. That's the only way we can control this thing. Because if in the first world country they can't control it, they are going to a complete lockdown, which means it's that bad. But Kenyans, me too. I'm a Kenyan. At first, I was like, this thing, inashika tu wazungu. And I was like, you know, Kenyans, we are used to partying and just getting together, even in the lockdown. Here, you'll just find Kenyans having parties and, coming together, and it's like not more than 6 people should be, should be together and all that. And it should be like you should have 6 fish. But we Kenyans still have parties, still get together, same thing. And I know that's also happening at home. Everyone wants to go to work. What if you go to work, you meet someone who has been partying the whole night, and they have the coronavirus, you get it, then what will happen? All the time you've been using to go to work, all the money you've you know you've accumulated and all that, you're gonna use it in the hospital. So guys, just stay home. Just stay home. It's that bad. It's
You
really.
mean even in the US, like you still meet as Kenyans and you still party even with the situation as it is.
Oh my God. Kenyans are just Kenyans. Kenyans are just Kenyans. No matter where they are, they're just Kenyans. Trust me. Oh
Wow,
yeah.
I don't know what to say about that statement, but I think people need to take this seriously, the way you like give it the seriousness it deserves. Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there while you're talking about Kenyans meeting and things like that, is there any way in which you are organized in such a way that if someone needs help of any kind, then they are able to get it?
Oh yeah. So here, most of the Kenyans are so together, and whenever someone has a problem, most of the Kenyans just come through, like, you know, as in it's there's that togetherness that, when you're in a foreign country, any Kenyan you see, he or she is like a brother. You don't want to know if she's a Luya, she's a Kale, she's a what. We're just brothers and sisters. So here
Okay.
it's that cool. There's more help coming through from different Kenyans and all.
I hope we can maintain the solidarity, and it's good to hear that it's happening even abroad. But on that bit of still going to party, I hope you guys are going to correct that, yeah,
Oh
because we do
yeah,
not want to hear any cases of Kenyans suffering
oh yeah.
from the virus out there. So Calvin is saying, I saw Didi today mention that the number of Black Africans affected is relatively high. Um, any comment on that?
So far in Minnesota, I haven't heard of any black, you know, any Kenyan or any other black being affected with it. Maybe if it's not on the news and all that, but so far mostly all I know are the old people being
Okay.
affected. Not really yeah. I've not heard about the black people.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the any final word you'd have?
The only final word I'll have is, guys, stay home. Stay home. It doesn't matter if you're gonna miss that paycheck or anything. Just stay home. Stay home. It's serious, like for sure. It's serious. 1 month ago, I was like, this thing is coming and it's gonna go in like a week, cause. And right now, I'm like, we are on a lockdown till May 4th. Then this thing is serious. So Kenyans, stay at home. As in, if you don't have to go anywhere, just stay at home. It's not as serious. But this
Okay.
thing is serious.
And it might get to May 4th, and then again the lockdown is extended, like we've
Oh
seen
yeah,
in other countries.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cause every day the governor holds like at 2 p.m. online thing just to brief about the coronavirus, and every day there's an increase. Every day. So far we have like 50 deaths, and I guess almost 2,000 cases just in
Okay.
Minnesota. So it's that bad.
All right. Well, we hope that you're going to continue staying safe and yeah, I mean, keep in touch with friends and family back at home. We'll still keep checking on you. But most importantly, please stay safe. Yeah?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. So thank you so much for finding time with us. And I hope you're still going to stay around and listen to Moses Kibet. Yeah.
Yes.
So someone is asking, wait, okay, yeah, they have been answered. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. We are going now to try and connect. We are going to try and connect to Moses.
Okay.
Um, so guys, if you're joining in, we have just had a discussion with Davine, who is in Minnesota, and she's just given us a brief about what the situation is like in the in the US, especially Minnesota, where she is based at the moment. And something to pick from there is she's mentioned the fact that Kenyans are in solidarity, even as these bites. Like, so Kenyans who are in that state coming together even at this time, considering each other brothers and sisters. So wherever you are and whatever you do, even as you keep safe, let's keep in touch. I'm waiting for Moses to be online. Then we can start his conversation. But yeah, so if you're joining us right now, we are talking with colleagues of ours, friends of ours who are in different countries. So Moses, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How is Palma?
Pretty good. It's just normal, just indoors.
So, Moses, you have been in Italy, okay? That was less than a month ago, or
Let's say
over
2 months.
2 months, yeah? So you were in Italy 2 months ago, and now you are in Spain. And the way we've been seeing the numbers of cases in these two countries, they've been skyrocketing. The number of cases and the number of fatalities out of because of coronavirus have been high. And you have been in these two countries. Tell us about this. How was Italy first when you were leaving the place, and how is it in Palma at the moment?
Well, thank you first for having me in this platform.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in Italy, that is mid February.
Okay.
Yeah, then I flew to Spain for some education purpose. Well,
Oh,
you know, coronavirus actually started like a story,
yes,
and
yes.
it's in the north, and where I was in the middle of Italy. You know, Italy is like a port, so
Yeah.
when we talk about it, it's quite far from the central part of Italy.
Yes.
So, but just Roma spread slowly, slowly. So we had the first case in Rome, like that. But I flew to Spain before the lockdown,
Okay.
and like 1 week later, the northern part of Italy went under lockdown. And I thought
Mhm.
maybe it was good riddance because I had just escaped the lockdown. But like 2-3 weeks later, even Spain went under lockdown as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the situation like at the moment where you are?
Today I checked the news. It seems it's not so bad, but it's bad still because several people died like 24 hours ago. Uh, we are still under lockdown, and today, in fact, they extended the lockdown until the end of the month. So it will be like almost 2 months in lockdown. Yeah.
Okay. You had mentioned to me earlier when we were planning this that while you are studying in Italy, you have gone to Spain for some form of internship of sorts, yeah? So how is that program going on? Is it still going on, or is it at a standstill right now because of the lockdown? How is that happening?
Well, first of all, yeah, I came here to do more or less bioinformatics. And as you know, bioinformatics, you just have to either analyze data. You first have to work in the laboratory to have data, then you start analyzing. So
Yes.
when I came here, already they had a lot of data, so I was just analyzing using computer. So I went there for like 1 month,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm doing it remotely from home. Yeah.
Okay. Um, I don't know, man, but the fact that you've been in both countries, and I know people back at home are really worried because of that. How is your communication with people back at home, and then how do you um, ensure that it does not get to you? You know, the issue of mental health. I saw you commenting the other day about that. How is that for you?
Well, at first, this thing actually started like we are in April now, yeah. So this
Yes,
thing
yes,
started like the first week of March. So you can imagine
yes,
lockdown from the first week of March. So up to now, I think we have cope up with the situation. At first,
hmm,
people were so worried. Yeah,
yes, yes,
everybody was worried. I received even calls from all sorts of media, Facebook, WhatsApp calls, friends from the former classmates in high school, some even
yes,
in primary, some even people who we normally just say hi, they just call me to check if I'm still alive or not. Uh,
yes,
Sincerely speaking, at first, we were somehow depressed because we are not used to this such a life. Because I came to Spain, the lifestyle here is a bit different.
yes,
People go to, I mean, like they have outdoor uh, eateries in the evening, so they normally eat actually late in the night.
yes,
So that is a total different lifestyle. Unlike now when we are just locked within the houses.
yeah,
So people at home actually, I think they are coping up with this situation, and also uh, assuring them and giving them hope that actually, if you protect yourself, it will not you'll not get
you know,
the disease.
okay. Well, a few comments here. I think Lorgisa is saying we are very worried. Hope you are keeping safe. So yeah, just know that people are concerned about your safety, man. And I hope you're really doing everything you can to remain safe. Moses, I don't know if you've seen what's happening in China to Kenyans and other Africans. Don't know what's your comment about that and whether there is anything like that um, that's happening in Spain.
First of all, I saw that thing and it's sad, you know, it's sad because, for instance, I'm not so privy of the climate back in China because here it's a bit cold. You see, I'm in
Yes, yes,
a pullover now, so it's a bit cold. So if you can imagine someone being chased to sleep outside, it's not an easy task.
yes.
So I will just condemn such an act because for sure no one planned for this thing
Mm-hmm.
and we didn't contribute. If I'm sick, actually, it's just good for me to go to the hospital. It's not nice just to test people outside their houses.
Yes, yes.
Here in Spain, I've not witnessed such. In fact, okay, I can say I'm a lodgee in this place. Like I rent a room with a family. So, but the the landlord actually used to check on me like every day, asking if everything is okay, telling me, okay, don't worry. I can't speak Spanish, and the government will just give orders in Spanish. So normally she tells me that, okay, they say don't move outside, you'll be arrested. So just
Oh,
remain
wow.
uh, in,
I think
yeah, indoors. Yeah.
that's really nice.
So I've not witnessed here, but what I saw there was not good.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you've mentioned something about your landlord saying, helping translate what is said by the media to you and just advise you that, you are not supposed to move to like go outside. We've seen a lot of people appealing to landlords, even here back at home, to be lenient, especially this time when we have the pandemic. Is there anything like that on your end where the landlord says, well, for this period?
I wish I had the same favors, but sincerely speaking, yeah, I had
Yeah.
paid the whole rent for the period I
Okay.
planned to be here.
Okay.
So no, there's no that mercy towards rent.
Okay. Fine. So you mentioned the fact that you work from home, yeah? So you analyze data from home, and I don't know how that is for you. The fact that you just have to sit in the house the whole day, even if it's just, work, or you take a break and probably just listen to music or something like that. But how is that for you now that probably before then you were used to going out, going to the lab and things like that?
Oh, well, I had to program that every Saturday I go outside to do shopping. So that is the time I do like work in the sun. But this other day, well, I can say I have a lot of work to do. So at least the day just ends like that. So at some point, I do exercise at the balcony because obviously you wouldn't dare go outside, yeah. So
Yeah.
and social media, at times when you just when you maybe log into Twitter, WhatsApp, I mean the hour just moves like that.
Okay. You've talked about exercise. What kind of exercises do you do in your balcony? I don't know if you've seen the challenge by Uganda's president. That he was telling people, just you can do these things in the house, and he went ahead to demonstrate.
Yeah, exactly. At this point, people who have that ability to remain at home, if you don't take care, you'll end up being fat, and I mean other problems just comes in. So
Yes.
actually, Mseveni just gave us a good example of what to do. Exactly the same thing. Though I'm lazy at times, I'm not that I'm not that good.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any other Kenyans in Palma, and do you have some sort of do you meet? Is there any way in which you are organized where you communicate and just do plans together just in case of any one of you needs any form of assistance, and then they can be able to come through?
Well, no.
Yeah.
First of all, Palma is a bit geographically located far from the mainland,
Okay.
and I've not met any Kenyans so far.
Wow.
So, but I'm not sure if there are, but I have not met them so far. But I know there are a number in the mainland.
All right. So for those who are joining in, we are talking to Moses Kibet. Moses Kibet is from Baringo County, if I'm not wrong, yeah?
No, Nakuru. Why do you put me in Baringo? No, actually, we are in the border of Baringo and Nakuru. But Nakuru.
Excuse me, I just lost you. What did you say?
I said we are not in Baringo. We are just at the border of Baringo and Nakuru. So we are in Nakuru.
Okay. So you're in Nakuru County, like
Exactly.
you're from Nakuru County. Oh yes. So we're just having a conversation with Moses Kibet from Nakuru County, and he's in Palma in Spain. Yeah, and we're just having a conversation about how life is there for him. Shiku Njuguna is asking, have you met any African in Palma?
No. But if there is anyone watching, please, let's meet.
So you meet
Yeah.
today. If they're in Palma
Exactly.
and they're watching this, just connect and you can then continue that conversation from there. So here at home we have also a lot of issues. I know, I'm sure you've been following. So the numbers at 189 at the moment confirmed cases. We have 22 recoveries, and all we hope for is that everyone remains safe. Those who already have the virus, that they recover as soon as possible. And the reason why we are doing this is to just have a feel of what you guys who are outside the country are experiencing, so that even while someone is asking, how did you end up in Palma? I think he had explained a little bit of that when we were starting this out. I don't know if you have any other thing to add to that question, on how you ended up in Palma. Maybe just take it and just let them know, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I'm a student, and so I came here for an exchange program. In these European countries, there is exchange programs say that, for example, instead of going for something like trainership or maybe something like Kemri or Calro or this research institute, you can opt and go like in South Africa or go to Ghana, or if they have that collaboration within the universities, you can just move to the other. And there is a different body apart from university which normally fund such activities. That's why I told you I had paid my rent before, because they give you something like a grant for the duration you are staying.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's an interesting approach. How is life in Palma, Moses? How is life generally in Palma? How do you describe life there?
Well, okay, before the lockdown, actually, I managed to go. It's there are nice beaches. They are nice. First thing in this place, yeah, it's quite clean town. Okay, literally they are clean, and they have a lot of like parks, the resting parks. They are quite clean parks, and generally it's clean. Yeah, it's a nice place, but expensive.
All right. In case these extends, and Lorgisa is asking that if you are there, yeah, for a specified period and you've even paid rent for that period. So what plans do you have in mind? Do you have in place in case the lockdown extends? So in terms of your finances and for the house.
Well, like now I'm thinking of, like the airports are like all of them are
closed, yeah?
They were all gone down. So now I'm even thinking of extending. Yeah, lucky enough, that body can give allowance. You can extend for a period of 3 months. So I'm now thinking of maybe extending for a period of time.
Okay,
but
so you are
I know
covered.
Sorry?
I'm saying, so you're saying you're covered, in short. So even if you have to extend for whatever period, then you're okay.
Yeah, lucky enough, actually that body funds very well, so it's good. But this is from the statistics I saw today, actually, is that initially we were in winter, so, and if you have been following something like pneumonia and something with flu, and now we are heading to spring, so it's getting warmer. I hope it will end before mid of May, something like that.
All right. So in the data that you are analyzing, Moses, and I know that is almost close to what you are studying. Yeah, you're in the field of how would I say, you're in science, really. Is it related to do you like analyze samples from COVID-19 patients?
No. Actually, I'm working on mitochondrial genome that's trying to analyze how species radiated from the ancestors. So we are just using the mitochondrial DNA and some nuclear DNA to see how they radiate from one another. The technique is almost the same. It's only that COVID-19 is an RNA while we are working in DNA. So unless you refer back to DNA, then you start synthesizing and analyzing. But you know, that is a new thing actually. So the best thing which we can do now or advise people is just to stay. I mean, like if I take you back to 2002,
yes.
2003, around there, the first strain of this COVID-19, that is SARS, they managed to control it by quarantine, like controlling a movement of people.
Yes, yes.
So I think the same approach will apply to this one.
Yeah, really. And the World Health Organization and each government right now is urging people to just stay at home. And if you have to go out, then you need a mask. And they're making that compulsory, even here at home. What would you want people at home to know, Moses, because of the concerns really that everyone has, genuinely for that matter?
First thing first is these things kills people. When you hear the numbers, remember those were people who are working normally few days ago. So these things actually kills people. Even though I said a few minutes ago that the numbers went down from 900 to 600 now, but
yes.
still there are people.
Exactly.
So what I will just encourage Kenyans, for example, is if you can, just stay at home. It doesn't make any. It doesn't make any sense to me that you have that. You know, some of us have that ability to remain at home, but you find some people going outside for partying or those stuff. You know, one thing, my immunity maybe is strong. Maybe I can fight the disease, but at the same time, I can be a carrier, and maybe the person I will meet might not be able to fight the disease.
Yes.
So unless we understand that we have to be sister and brother's keeper, then we'll not manage this disease. So the best thing to understand is that this disease might not affect us, but it might affect a person close to you.
Yes. Yeah. I think that is really profound because, and I think for the first weeks when we heard about coronavirus in other countries, people treated it as something that is still distant, you know, that itapita tu, that's just something, itakuja iende. But now when it hits closer home, then you start to appreciate the fact that it is actually real. And being in a country that is witnessing a lot of deaths as a result of the virus, I think that message is especially very important for Kenyans here at home. Again, Lorgisa is saying, will it have an effect on your graduation schedule, or you guys have like an online graduation program? Let me see if I have any other questions. Guys, if you have questions for Moses, then I think this is the time to ask. Do you want to respond to that in the meantime, Moses?
Okay. Europe actually is an interesting continent.
Yes.
Because even without this COVID, you will realize that there are several schedules of graduation, maybe around December, March, July. So you'll just find like 2 people graduating, 3 people graduating. But around September, maybe there's that mass graduation.
Yes.
But since this disease came, you realize that people were graduating online. So you just present your thesis online, and that is graduation. Yeah.
I think I saw an interesting one that happened in Japan. They had these robots and they have been fitted with the gown, and then they have some sort of a phone or iPad in the place where it's supposed to be a face. So the student who is graduating is like communicating real time with the professors. So I think technology again is coming in handy in that space. Yeah. So any final words, Moses?
My final word is like, let's press on for this. This is few days we'll manage it if everyone does everything correctly. That is washing hands with soap. If you feel sick, just keep distant from other people. I mean, let's not be psychos. If everyone do everything right, we'll manage this disease without even without going for several months. And let's follow the government directive, because actually they are trying, and this thing is affecting all of us.
Yes.
Whether you are sick or not. So it's just all of us in this mess situation. So if we do everything right, I hope we'll pull through very soon.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, Moses, for the time that you've spared to talk to us. And I think that message has hit home, gotten to the right audience, because clearly we need to just follow the guidelines as issued by the World Health Organization and the government, because we have to really, really work hard right now, work together to ensure that we kind of flatten that curve. Yeah. So we really wish that you continue keeping safe, stay indoors, learn Spanish so that you can get it directly from the news about what you're supposed to do.
That is a challenge.
Yeah. I mean, while you're there, learn the language just in case.
Thank you very much, and take care.
Yeah, take care of yourself too, man. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was Moses. That's Moses from who's all the way in Palma in Spain, and he was in Italy before. So you've had the message, guys. This thing is real. Stay safe. Stay at home. If you have to go out, get your mask. Let's all be safe. So this series is going to continue. We are going to reach out to more Kenyans and other Africans who are in different parts of the world, especially at this moment, so that we get to know how they are faring on. If you know someone who is in whatever part of the world, and we can have this conversation together to enlighten more and more people about what they need to do, what we need to do to stay safe and prevent further spread of the virus, then hit us up in our inbox. This is Mobile Journalism Africa, and we believe that together we can work to change how Africa's narrative is told. That's why we say our stories are best told by us. That's it from us tonight. We wish you all safety, and please take care of yourselves. Bye for now.